everybody. This is Brian.
Jason.
And this is the Perfectly Screwed podcast. If this is your first time, welcome. Hope you enjoy.
More than likely you won't, but we appreciate you tuning in.
Yeah. Some of you tune in quite frequently. Others listen once and say, fuck those two jackasses.
It's understandable.
Yeah, I understand. I wouldn't tune into us more than once either. I used to listen to the podcast. I really did, but it became redundant because it's like, first of all, it makes me feel kind of, I don't know the word really, pious or kind of conceited to listen to my own self-talk. Right. It's like, I already heard this once. Yeah, I did it.
I listened to the first probably 10, 11, 12 episodes.
Yeah, so did I.
Just to make sure that we came in clear.
And if I think we've fucked up an episode, I'll listen to that one somewhat. Just to see if, I really fucked up. But no, I don't listen to it anymore.
The truth is, to me, it's like anything else, man. What actually defines whether or not a podcast is good?
Well, it depends on who likes it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just like, you know what I'm saying? Who gets to say what good music is? Or good art? It's literally just an opinion, right?
Yeah.
You may listen to a genre of music and absolutely love it, and it may absolutely send me fucking insane.
I like most music.
But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Pop, I can't really... A lot of pop I can't get into, and new hip-hop is just hideous.
Right. But it's like podcasts. There's some podcasts I really like. You know what I mean? I'll watch all the time, and there's others you tune into, and 30 seconds in, you're like, I'd rather blow my motherfucking brains out.
I don't even listen, and it's sad because I'm a podcaster, and you think I'd support others, but I don't even listen to them anymore.
Right?
Well, I don't have time. I mean, I can't listen to them at work, and in the car, I don't have a commute anymore. So it's like, I'm 5 minutes from a job. So really,
right?
I don't have time to listen to it. So what are we talking about today? Are we going to talk about Trump first? Is that what we're going to, since we start off with news?
Yeah. It was some interesting comments by
Jesus. Okay,
Donald.
So he did a speech in a high school gym for, one of his first campaigning speeches for presidency. I think all of 3 news outlets were there. He's not doing good this time.
Right.
But some of the comments were just kind of out there in left field. Like, he said that he wanted to drill for oil, and that everybody else's idea was use wind turbines because we need to go green while selling all of our oil to China, who also makes the wind turbines. Okay. And then he turned around and said the wind turbines are destroying the oceans, airplanes, the air, the environment, and birds.
Yes.
Yes.
Birds.
He said
that's the one that caught my interest.
He said it's illegal to shoot a bald eagle. If you shoot a bald eagle while hunting, you get like 5 years in prison. But they're literally killing thousands a day. I said, what? What do you mean, dude? What do you think these things are doing? Just sucking in bald eagles left and right? Go buy a wind turbine, you just see eagles and getting shot out the other end.
We've all probably seen the wind turbines, the big windmills, right?
Yeah.
And
I've never seen any eagles shooting out the front of them.
Well, that's my thing. That even when they're spinning,
yeah,
it's not at a velocity. Like, it's not like your fan in your room.
No.
Where it's spinning so fast, it actually looks like a solid object.
Yeah, they're barely moving.
You could understand birds flying into that and getting chopped up. You could.
Yeah.
But these wind turbines, like I said, they could literally probably land on the fucking thing, even though it's spinning.
Yeah, and even if they were sucking in birds, okay, Couldn't you just put a big cage around it like you do a box fan at your house? I mean,
100%.
Wouldn't that solve the problem right there?
It would.
Right. The bird hit the
Brian,
side
you
of the
would.
cage.
If all of a sudden you're doing your wind turbine maintenance,
Right.
right, and you notice that
Birds are
not
amazing.
just any birds,
But bald eagles.
humongous fucking birds, right? We're getting shredded. Blood, guts, feathers, fucking bone, everywhere, right? Beak. You think then at that point, yes, it was absolutely, they would put some kind of cover
Around the turbine.
around them, right? The reason that they haven't put the cover around it is because it's not sucking in any goddamn birds.
Well, it's also sucking in planes, Jason. Damn it.
Right.
The birds are the least of our worries.
Right, and absolutely. Like,
When it's sucking in jetliners
They're
now.
they're
now
tall.
we got-
They are. They're tall. They're big, massive.
They're not sucking in jetliners, guys.
But nobody's, like we said earlier, nobody's ever seen a plane flying that low.
I've never seen a plane get
A.
sucked into a wind turbine.
B, if you've seen these wind turbine fields at night,
Yeah.
it looks like fucking Christmas.
Yeah.
They're all lit the fuck
Yeah,
up.
you'd see the turbine, yeah.
And yeah, if a
You're not
plane's
accidentally
flying low
going to-
enough to hit the wind turbine is not destroying the plane. The
Yeah.
plane would be on its way down, crashing.
Yeah.
It would destroy the wind turbine on its way to the ground.
Take them all out.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Last I checked, most wind turbines aren't 30,000 feet in the air. No, a couple hundred at the most.
And the ocean one, I can't.
I don't even got it. Yeah,
I don't know.
I kind of understood.
What kind of waste it's producing that's going into the ocean? I don't.
I don't.
And maybe there is. That I can't.
I don't
Because
understand.
I don't really know how they work.
They just are a big fan that's turned by wind.
Right.
And when they turn the mechanism inside the turbine, which generates electricity.
Yeah.
I don't
see where the waste is.
No, there's none.
Yeah.
Zero. Right.
No, he's grasping.
I don't. Yeah, grasping.
Well,
hell.
what was the other thing he said?
Oh, the other thing.
About
yes.
World War III?
He said that World War III is inevitable. He said unless he gets elected president again, we're going to have World War III.
He's
The only way that we can save ourselves from World War III and nuclear annihilation is to elect Trump.
Right.
He's the savior of the nuclear annihilation. And he's going to end the war in Ukraine that's been going on for a year in 24 hours. 24 hours, Jason. He's going to stop it. All he has to do is get elected. Soon as Putin sees that he's elected, obviously he's going to withdraw all his troops. Say he's sorry, go on home.
Of course.
Of course.
Absolutely.
I mean, I would. Trump's that
Well,
intimidating.
They're good friends because Putin is equally as distressed about the fucking bald eagle problem with the wind turbine.
Yes, of course he is. Yeah. He's worried about the wind turbines too. So, we got to stop all this wind turbine eagle destruction. It's evil and I can't take it anymore.
Right.
So,
Anyway.
so in other news,
Wow.
Walmart was in another TikTok video, which nowadays it's like every time you get on TikTok, somebody has something to say about Walmart. Swear to God.
Fuck.
This one,
That's anywhere.
this
Walmart's
one,
everywhere.
well, there's a couple things about Walmart that tickled my fancy that I read about. The first one, which I find particularly interesting, this woman is a couponer. You know what a couponer is? It's one of those people that clip out a large amount of coupons.
Yeah.
And my sister used to do this. She'd go to Walmart, and Walmart would sell like Frank's Red Hot hot sauce for 80 cents. Well, she would have a coupon for $1. So every time she used the coupon, she actually gained 20 cents on her purchase.
Okay.
Right. I don't know if they do that anymore. They probably only go to the 80 cents now, but
Right. They've probably wisened up.
right. But okay, so this woman's a couponer, was spending a lot of coupons at her local Walmart. So she said she had a big shopping trip, did this, went home. She said a couple days later she went back to the same Walmart. They stopped her at the fucking door. Told her she is no longer allowed to shop there. She is trespassing for theft. And she said, I didn't commit theft. Show me the video. right? And they said, oh, the police are on their way. When the police got there, the police did not arrest this woman because there was no video of her committing any theft whatsoever. They still would not let her go into the Walmart because she was using too many coupons at the register.
Really?
Yeah. I said, we're getting to a point now where it's getting ridiculous. Okay.
It's bad. It's bad.
Yeah. There used to be the phrase, the customer's always right. And I don't think the customer's always right, but we have swung too far the other way to where the customer is basically a fuck you. We don't give a shit about customers anymore. And I'm sorry, if you are working at McDonald's or working at Burger King or Walmart or wherever you work, if you don't give a shit about any customer and you express that on a daily basis to this customer and this customer and this customer, eventually you're not going to have customers. They're just going to stop coming.
You're going to be out of job before that happens. But
Right.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
Right. And
I mean,
these companies are just letting it get out of control.
I mean, the girl found a loophole. Now, my thing is, what if you don't want to fucking recognize or redeem the coupons? Then why in the fuck are you putting them out there?
Or better yet, just say no coupons redeemable here at this location.
Well, right. I mean, to me, it's impressive.
Yeah.
That somebody takes the fucking time
and puts in the work to get all these
all
coupons.
The coupons.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not doing it. No, I'm not putting in that work.
I mean, I probably, if you want to save some fucking money, you absolutely should. But it's a lot of work. Now, on the other hand, every place of business, every place, period, has the right to refuse somebody coming in their door. Now,
you're right.
Telling them they're going to be fucking arrested, accusing them of theft. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when you have no proof.
Right.
Yeah.
That's going a little extreme.
Yeah. Okay, another Walmart story. Here we go with another one. This one actually was even better. There was a lady who went to her local Walmart, right? And they've had so many thefts there of cosmetics that they put a plexiglass barrier around the aisle and won't let you in unless a employee allows you into that aisle, and then you have to pay for it before you leave the aisle.
I mean, eventually it's going to fucking come to that.
Oh, everything.
I mean, it's there. It's like that with a lot of medicines.
Yeah.
Even like fucking deodorants and shit like at the dollar store.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and then like of course electronics.
Yeah.
Now they have like I know like Meijer like earbuds or headphones or like chargers and adapters, like even on the hook, you can't just pull it off the fucking hook.
Right.
You have to go fucking find somebody to unlock it to get it out.
But see,
because it's
where does it get to the point where you're making it so inconvenient to shop that people stop shopping there?
Oh, of course.
This is why people are going through Amazon the way they are. This is why Jeff Bezos is a multi-billionaire and almost a trillionaire. Because is it more convenient
he's not going to stop because he's just going to keep growing and growing.
Of course.
Because you're right. It's literally going the way of you're not going to have a place.
No, it's much more convenient. Hell, Amazon on most products gives you overnight service. Yeah. I can order something tonight and it'd be on my doorstep tomorrow afternoon.
I mean, eventually what you're going to have is just Amazon.
Yeah. You're going to have Amazon.
And then the only people actually going to a physical structure or a physical building will be like door dashers or people like this. People that are actually going there, picking it up, and delivering it to somebody. You're not going to have like actual customers.
My point is this, and I have a great idea for all stores. If you want to eliminate theft completely, this is what you do. Close the doors. Don't allow anybody in the Walmart. But allow it to be a pickup location. So you have to order it online, but you can go to the store, somebody will bring it out to you. That way, you eliminate complete theft, You're not allowed in the store, but you can still conveniently purchase your items, and people will bring it out to your car. I mean, that's what a lot of stores have went to anyways. I mean, Walmart's biggest thing right now is the self-shoppers, the people that walk around all day long and shop for other people.
Well, and I mean, to me, it's like, there's got to be a way, whether it be everybody, like at Sam's Club, you have to have like a membership card. You know what I'm saying?
But that doesn't stop theft.
No, it doesn't. But it shouldn't be that fucking hard to stop theft.
Well,
like you can't, like, you've got the things that, you know.
The self-checkout's the biggest issue.
Yeah, of course. But like,
when they put those in, theft went way up.
You have the whatever, the alarm or whatever that's supposed to go off if you're stealing something. But I guess my thing is, you can't hire a couple like security fucking guards.
No, they got them
to literally fucking to do a check. You know what I mean?
They've got them all over the stores. They've got so much in-store security, it's unreal. Like, there's at least 20 at our Walmart that walk around in plain clothes all day long. That's all they do.
But I'm talking like at the door when you're walking out. Like,
yeah, but then you'd have to check every receipt.
Right. Well,
but even if you do check their receipts,
if you don't
small
like it,
items,
you're not going to go shop. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like something, even if it's as extreme as that, as somebody is literally like damn near patting you down on the way out, I feel like there should still be an option. If you want to go goddamn shopping yourself, that you should be able to. Because like, it literally is going the way of you're not going to be able to. Or
better yet, just put a theft device on everything in the store.
Everything, right.
You put one of those theft stickers on everything in the store, you can't get out the fucking gate without it beep, beep, beeping.
Right.
Right.
100%.
But, you know.
Hey, what the hell?
What the hell? Actually, at one Walmart, they did put a barricade up. There's Walmarts now where you cannot leave the self-checkout area until they look at your receipt. Like, they have a barricade, and they won't open it unless they scan in your items and look. But see, the easiest way is to put cashiers back in. Let me ask you something. Was it more, are you losing more in theft than you were paying cashiers? Probably. So why not just put cashiers back in? Because when we had cashiers, theft was not as high as it is. I mean, there was still theft. But nowhere near to the point it is now because you're making it too easy.
Right.
I mean, with a self-checkout, it's almost impossible to police that area at all times.
Yep. And like when with nobody actually monitoring,
right,
who's going out the door, like, yeah, you go to the self-checkout, you don't fucking ring a few items in.
Right.
You strategically wait till like 2 or 3 or 4 people are walking out at the same time. You know what I mean? And then you go, and then the alarm goes off, but you just keep going.
Right.
Where everybody else is going to do what usually you do, stop and look and be like, I didn't fucking take anything.
Or it's items that don't have an alarm on them.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
and instead of scanning them, you just put them in a bag.
Yep. 100%.
Right. Easy peasy.
Not that hard.
No. It would be very easy to do. And that's why thefts have went way up. When you have a cashier, it's a little harder. Because she's standing there actually looking at what you have in your basket. If she sees you not put something on the belt, she's going to be like, did you forget to pay for that?
Absolutely.
Right. So it's a lot harder to steal. Then you got to actually be able to pocket whatever you're taking out of there.
Or, I got this suggestion. Quit fucking stealing.
That'd be the first thing.
Damn. Quit fucking stealing.
Yeah. Me, I have not stolen anything. Now, I'm not saying I never did, but years. It's been a lot of years since I've ever shoplifted anything. Because, I mean, we all, when we were younger, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But fucking on a dare, I took a York peppermint patty one time.
Right. But, I mean, you know, as an older person, I don't...
like absolute shit after I did it, too.
I don't steal because of a lot of reasons. First of all, jail time is real. Secondly, it just drives up the prices of everything.
Yeah.
And it's inconvenient. And I would rather just not do that.
It's just morally wrong.
Well, if you can't afford something, just don't buy it, motherfucker.
Or, yeah. Or,
I mean, do you really need the mascara?
Or try to, you know what I mean? See if somebody will lend you the money.
Well,
Just find a way to fucking work for the
My
money.
point is, do you really need a $20 thing of mascara?
No.
No,
You don't.
you don't. The
But-
$5 one is just fine.
But the reason that we have a theft problem in society would be probably attached to the same reason why there are people who think, yes, Brian, I do need
Yeah,
that $20
It's
mascara.
entitlement.
I need it.
it's entitlement is what
Right.
it comes down to. People think they're entitled to whatever. And they think they should get everything. And really, the thing is, if you lived in a third world country, you wouldn't care about all that. But it doesn't matter because what we're going to talk about today does involve self-checkouts and involves a lot of other things that are actually going to become a reality probably, I would say, 50 years from now? At the very most, probably less.
Well, it's hard telling, yeah.
Right. And what we're talking about is AI technology.
It's like
and
how fast they want to release what, you know what I mean?
yeah, some of the dangers of it, really. But there's a lot of points I want to get into. So, but let's get into it. For anybody who doesn't know what AI is, it stands for artificial intelligence. And it is the simulation of human intelligence processes by a machine, especially a computer system. Specific applications of AI include expert systems, natural language processing, speech recognition, and machine vision. It is the artificial intelligence is the simulation of human intelligence by a machine. And it's getting to the point where AI has almost become sentient. See, and if you look at AI just in a computer system, okay, that's one thing. But it's getting to the point where they're actually building robots with AI technology. So eventually, what's going to happen is labor is going to be completely eliminated in this world.
Yeah.
All labor jobs will eventually be taken over by this technology.
Mm-hmm.
Any factory job you can imagine, a robot, especially a sentient thinking robot, will do it faster, better, and more efficiently than you. I mean,
it's not going to call off work.
Robot, right. You eliminate HR completely. Let's start there. With a robot, you have no human resources because they're not going to complain or sexually harass anybody or anything of that nature that you would have with HR.
Yep.
So you eliminate HR completely. You eliminate supervisors and managers because the only person that needs to supervise the robots is one or two programmers.
Yeah.
That's it.
Just some robot technicians.
Right.
Yeah.
AI doesn't take breaks.
Right.
So you eliminate a break room.
Well, and your production's going to be steady, whatever you have it programmed at. You're not going to have fluctuation in production.
Correct. It never gets tired. It never has to take a break. No more bathrooms. No more break rooms. No more huge facilities to accommodate the needs of a human being because this robot can stand in one spot continually 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Right.
And never need anything other than to do exactly what you tell it to do.
Right.
So, right now, we're getting to the point where AI is extremely intelligent. They've built robots that can talk to each other. Sentient beings that will discuss things on a philosophical level with one another.
Yeah, they create their own language.
Yeah. Well, who was it? It wasn't Jimmy Kimmel. It was, who's the other guy? The dude on The Late Show.
Fallon?
Fallon, yes. They had that AI female robot on there, the on wheels. Sophia, yeah. And she could tell him jokes. She responded to everything he said.
Yeah.
And we're getting to that point where AI takes over. So, in general, AI systems work by ingesting large amounts of labeled training data, analyzing the data for correlations and patterns, and using those patterns to make predictions about future states. In this way, chatbots, which is what we know mostly about AI right now, because every website you go to has a chatbot now. So in this way, a chatbot that is fed examples of text chats can learn to produce lifelike exchanges with people, or even an image recognition tool can learn to identify and describe objects and images by reviewing millions of examples on the internet. AI programming focuses on 3 cognitive skills: learning, reasoning, and self-correction. The learning process in this aspect of AI programming focuses on acquiring data and creating rules for how to turn the data into actionable information. The rules, which are called algorithms, provide computing devices with a step-by-step instruction on how to complete certain tasks. Then the reasoning process, this aspect of AI programming focuses on choosing the right algorithm to reach the desired outcome. And then the self-correction process is designed to continually fine-tune the algorithms and ensure they provide the most accurate result possible. So that sounds like what a human being does. I mean, if you think about it, that's exactly what we do. We have a goal in mind. So we take all the information we have at our hands of, say, how to perform your job at work. Okay, you learned information on whatever you do, either in college or on the job or what have you. So you learned the job. And then you took that information into your brain. Your brain figured out the best way to do that job in the fastest way possible so you get the outcome you want. That's the exact same thing we are programming these computers to be able to do.
100%.
So AI is important because it can give enterprises insight into their operations that they may not have been aware of previously. And because in some cases AI can perform tasks much better than humans, particularly when it comes to repetitive, detail-oriented tasks like analyzing large numbers of legal documents to ensure relevant fields are filled in properly. AI tools complete this job much faster than their human counterparts. Okay. See, all of this, though, leads to a problem. Because, right now, these programs are nothing more than programs. Okay, but let's just start out on an economic level. Okay? We'll start out with the economics of the whole situation. So, economically, if we start out with just economics and the tragedy that could happen to our economy, it starts out like this. Again, as we said, robots can do things much faster. But look at the example I just gave a minute ago, where AI can look through legal documents much faster than humans. So that eliminates paralegals. Okay? You might still have an attorney for a little while, but it eliminates the need for a paralegal because you have an AI computer doing the job that now a paralegal did. Right. And much faster and much more efficiently. Labor-wise, AI will completely take over every labor industry known to man. Once there are AI robots, there are no more gardeners. There are no more people picking any kind of fruit or vegetable. There's nobody working in any kind of warehouse. No more housekeepers. There's nobody working at McDonald's. You don't have to worry about cashiers because you're going to have an AI robot that'll watch everything you do. You don't have to worry about cleaning people anymore because they're going to do all of those jobs that we did. So what's going to happen to the economy? What are human beings really going to do at that point?
Yeah, it's...
I mean, you have one choice, a professional job. And if you get the robot to the point where they can think as well as a human being and are as dexterous as a human being, then you're eliminating even more jobs. You're eliminating jobs like surgeons, doctors, nurses, even lawyers.
Yeah.
All of those jobs could potentially be eliminated by this technology. So, will the technology do good? Possibly, but is it going to cause a severe destruction of our society?
Well, if you let it get too far, eventually it won't necessarily even be AI that like bands together and destroys humankind. It will be that you went too far with the AI that you will have destroyed mankind by default. Because like you said, you've got rid of everything that human beings do.
Right.
And so
if
now they don't have anything to fucking do, they don't have any fucking money.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just going to be a select few.
Right. I mean, all you would have is programmers.
Right.
That's it.
I mean, and it's a...
robotic technicians.
I guess my thing is if we were genetically manipulated.
Right.
Then that means, in a sense, we are artificial intelligence. Somebody came down and artificially tinkered with our DNA and made the human race.
Right.
If they made the human race in their image and after their likeness, they made us to do a job.
Right.
That would tell me that these people are every bit then advanced to make their own fucking AI.
Right.
But they probably know better.
Right.
Right? So, and even in the Bible, the Tower of Babel story, they have genetically manipulated a race, right?
Right.
And God comes down and sees the tower and says, if as one people speaking the same language, they have begun to do this, then nothing they plan to do will be impossible for them. Come, let us go down and confuse their language so they will not understand each other.
Right.
This is exactly what we're talking about.
Correct.
Except he's talking about humans. Even our creators saw that we were getting too smart.
Right.
And they couldn't have it. Because we would no longer have use for them, and we would take over. It's the same concept, right?
Well, see,
and if you take the word language and use the word programming, it's the same thing.
Well, see, it's almost like human beings had a fail-safe put in. It's something that human beings have that makes sure that we will never be completely reasonable.
Yeah,
emotions.
It's the knowledge of good and evil.
No, emotions. Think about this.
Emotions come with the knowledge of good and evil.
Right, but if you have a being like AI, okay, and it becomes sentient, where not only can it think for itself and process information, but it realizes that it's alive. Now you've got a problem. And this is what Elon Musk, Stephen Hawking, even Bill Gates said. There could be a serious problem in this area because once that computer realizes that it's alive, okay, and starts to have feelings of self-preservation, this is where you run into a problem because there's no emotions as a fail-safe. You see, human beings have emotions. We have empathy.
Right.
We have things where if we killed another living being, we feel bad about it. Okay? If we kill ourselves, we feel, other humans, most humans feel bad about that. AI doesn't have those fail-safes.
No, not right now.
Right, and it never will. So if it doesn't have emotions, and it's purely logical, and it then sees a threat to itself placed by humans, what will it do?
Right.
It would kill you without a second thought or any kind of care in its mind.
Right.
Because it's going to do whatever's the most logical to preserve itself.
Right, absolutely.
And the most logical would be to eliminate the threat. If the threat happens to be us, then we no longer exist. Yeah, it's the basis of Terminator, for God's sake.
Yeah, the bottom line is, yeah, you can't. It's how far are you willing to go with the programming?
And it's almost like you said, that we were built by another race, because it's almost like they put emotions in as the fail-safe button. We're going to make them really intelligent. We're going to make them almost perfect, but we're going to put these emotions in there. That way they don't do anything real stupid.
Well, and it's that with the emotions comes the ability then to mind control. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And to brainwash and to confuse their language. Like they said, emotions causes fucking turmoil between each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that if we're fighting against each other,
mm-hmm.
then A, we're not fighting against our creators. B, we're not even thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even something that fucking people think about. That we were fucking genetically... Nobody, and even most people that do things don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? But with the AI, as it is right now, like, we're the human beings creating the technology. We're responsible for the programming.
The problem is that these programmers are not thinking about the possible outcomes that this could have. What they're doing is just trying to invent this amazing brain. They're trying to invent a human being that's in a computer. That's what they're trying to do.
Right.
Redo themselves. And like Musk said, and this is something Musk wrote. This is a direct quote from Elon Musk. He wrote, the pace of a progressive in artificial progress in artificial intelligence. He said, and I'm not referring to narrow AI, is incredibly fast. He said, so fast you don't even know it right now. The public doesn't even know how fast it's growing. He said, unless you have direct exposure to groups like DeepMind, you have no idea how fast this is growing. It is growing at a pace close to exponential. The risk of something seriously dangerous happening in a 5-year time frame or 10 years at the most. That's how fast they are programming these computers to learn. That's how fast these computers are getting sentient, to the point where they're going to realize, hey, I'm alive.
Right.
And then you have... See, you have a lot of problems with this. Because if a machine is super intelligent, you have some already related risks to that machine right now. Like, AI could be programmed to do something extremely dangerous. Like with autonomous weapons, programmed to kill. If you think about it, nukes aren't even our biggest problem right now. Look, if Russia, instead of having just nuclear weapons, had the possibility to make and have AI robots on the battlefield, okay, and could use autonomous weapons, automatic weapons who can think, not even robots. What about a drone with a nuclear warhead implanted in it that can think but doesn't have any kind of empathy for human life.
Right.
If you had that weapon in a dictator's hands like Hitler back in World War II, he would have took over the whole world.
Yeah.
So there you go. You know, that's where you have dangerous outcomes from this. I mean, and it's logical to think about that easily could jump forward like that.
Yeah. It's good. I mean, man, I don't know.
Plus,
It's all, it's so much is dependent on the economy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just don't. I think before it would get too far, something's going to happen where it's not going to be allowed to, because you can't have fucking if you have robots fighting wars, what's the point?
mm-hmm.
And the truth is, wars are fucking staged anyway, and the point is for the economy, right? I mean, that's what it's about. It's about fucking creating weapons and creating jobs. And that's what the fucking wars are.
Well, also think about this. What about social manipulation? If an AI being can gather any information on the internet instantly, which they can, they already have had AI look into people's Facebook posts and different social media posts that you post every day without even thinking about it. Okay? TikTok uses a form of AI to analyze what you're watching at all times and recommend videos that you would like.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. Now, if you now have a sentient being who can think for itself and is concerned with self-preservation and considers us a lower life form, like we consider ants or animals, okay? And it can gather any information it has on you off the internet instantly. Can it manipulate you? Of course it can. It can manipulate everything you read, see, and think.
Yeah, absolutely.
And human beings are easily manipulated anyways. We're manipulated every day by our government and everybody else.
We're programmed beings.
Look at COVID. That was a complete manipulation. There's no way around that.
Right.
It was a huge manipulation. And as soon as they got enough fear going, people stayed at home for months at a time.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Over something now that they joke about.
Absolutely.
Right. You had everybody in this country wearing masks from fear. How far of a leap is it to think that a computer could do 1 billion times worse to manipulate you?
I mean, we're programmed beings. You know, everything that you're watching on TV is a program.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everything you listen to on the radio, they're called programs for a reason. We are programmed beings. And like I said, whoever it is that programmed us has programmed us to not get to the point where we're smart enough to understand that we don't need our programmers.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a hard time, but whoever it is that programmed us to do whatever they wanted, they're going to let us take AI as long as what they're wanting done is getting done. They don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think they're going to let us take AI to the point where AI takes over, because then AI could take them over as well.
No, because we're not smart enough to program AI to do it. And they don't worry, our programmers aren't worried about our little world. We're an experiment to them.
Right.
So they could care less. They live on a whole different planet or a whole different
what
era.
I'm saying is they're not going to let us get to the point, though, where AI is smart enough to take us over.
Oh, they'll take us over.
Because
I mean, it's very
if
possible.
AI takes us over, it's possible then the AI could take our programmers over.
Here's something else you got to think about. When you invent this technology, you have to think about the moral implications of it also. Because, okay, to you it's just a computer, but morally you got to realize something. That's a thinking, living, breathing, or well, maybe not breathing, but it's a living being. Okay? It thinks. it knows it's alive. It is alive. So morally, you run into some problems here.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, okay, let's start off with they were talking about making AI in The Sims. Okay, you know the Sims video game,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Okay. Everybody's played The Sims, and everybody, I guarantee you, has done this. You ever get tired of your sim or get tired of one of the Sims and you just lock them in a room, let them die? They're sitting there screaming,
Right.
their little sim language, but they die. And you don't feel bad because it's just a computer programmed sim. It's not alive. But if you make an AI being that can think, you are now being a sadistic asshole to torture that
Well,
being.
Saudi Arabia, they have already given robots rights.
Right. I mean, you have come to the point where do you draw the line morally on that? I mean, again, let's go with sex robots, for instance. Okay? Sex robots now that they have can talk back to you, can make intelligent responses, la la la, but they don't know they're alive. But if you get a sex robot now that knows it's alive, is a living being, it no longer just becomes a plaything for you. If you have sex with that robot against its will, are you committing rape?
I mean, like I said, if human beings come up with a law that gives a robot rights, then by that definition, yes. But to your point earlier, unless they have a fucking heart, right, and they actually feel emotions, then it's just a computer, or it's just a tablet, or a phone, or a robot. If it doesn't have any, it may be thinking, it may be able to think, and you may be able to give it rights. But to me, if it don't have a heart and it doesn't actually feel emotions, then there's nothing morally connected to it at all. You could take this computer right now and smash it on the ground. I'm not morally going to feel bad for it, other than it's yours.
Right. But the point is like, but the computer's different. Right now, this computer is not a thinking being. It doesn't know it's real. Okay? An AI program does know it's real. It's like, okay, for instance, a pet. We don't know for sure that cats and dogs have emotions. We assume they do, and we prescribe our emotional states onto those animals.
Right.
But we don't know a cat feels the same emotions we do. We don't. But would you feel morally wrong smashing a cat's head in if it was your pet?
Of course.
Same thing with AI.
But that's, yeah.
If it becomes...
That's that comes down to, more about how you feel towards the animal.
Yeah.
So if you get to the point then where, just like your sex robot, if people are fucking getting these sex robots and they get emotionally attached to them,
well, you'd have to eventually.
and then you come along and grab the fucking sex robot, take it out in the fucking street and
destroy it.
it. Is that morally wrong? Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Because you have just devastated this person who was emotionally attached to it. Whether that sex robot has feelings or not is completely irrelevant.
Right.
You've just destroyed the feelings of this other person who was emotionally attached to this thing.
And
no different than if you take a kid's baby doll and rip its fucking arms and legs off. No, the baby doll doesn't feel anything, but that's morally wrong. You just devastated that child.
But what if AI gets to the point where they do feel things like fear and stuff about their existence? Then is it morally wrong?
Oh, absolutely. If they feel fear?
Yeah.
Absolutely. If they feel fear, they're fucking people.
Yeah.
And the truth of the matter is, there's already fucking robots that they make that look exactly like people.
Yeah.
They could literally be walking around and you would not fucking know the difference.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But eventually, My thing is, if give it long enough time, and what you literally will have is artificial, biological.
Oh yeah, you will not be able to tell the difference. We will
be able to artificially make a brain. I mean, we can already 3D print the shit. Artificially make a heart. Artificially make a livers, kidneys. You could literally be able to make
and probably
us.
Yeah, and it's probably not going to be that long from now.
No. And
50 years from now,
truth be told, we probably already have it.
And 50 years from now, literally, you're going to have beings that you will not, except for the emotional capacity, be able to tell any difference from a human being.
Yeah, right.
Except they'll live forever.
But my thing is, if you're able to recreate everything that you see here and that's inside here, then all of a sudden it is a living. It is. It'll have feeling. It will be a human.
Yeah. It'll just be a human that was created. Well, right. That is wherein lies the problem. Yes. Because once you create a being that's much more advanced than us, we do not become the dominant race on this planet anymore.
Do we know how to just like our creators somehow knew how to separate our language, which basically means dumb us fucking down. Like, are we going to be able to have that? Is our technology going to be so advanced that we can literally create an actual replica of a human being, but are we going to be able to keep it dumb enough?
Yeah.
Because you have to be so advanced to get
That's the problem. We're making them so intelligent that they're way past us already.
And there's no limit on intelligence.
Right. And the problem is if you create a being that is exactly like us, but is a billion times more intelligent, a billion times faster.
Right. So, basically we are genetically manipulated, right? Let's say we're genetically manipulated. We are biological entities. We are programmed, right? But what we have is free will. We have choice. We get brainwashed by all this shit, programming, radio programming, TV programming, internet, computers, boom, boom, right? It's all designed to do something. Because the truth is, we are able to tap in spiritually to all information that exists in the entire fucking universe, right? It's called the Akashic Record. It's around you, it's in you, it's through you, moving in and out all the time. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We have the ability then to tap into that. That's what is the fucking, you know what I'm saying? If we get to the point and we let it get too far, yeah, we got these computers and this AI right now that we're programming. But if you make it sentient all the way till you've replicated another human being and you've given now the ability for it to tap in to the Akashic Record, yeah, you've got a fucking problem.
Well, see, because
you don't know.
They've already gotten there. That's the problem. Because look at the two AI bots they made, Sophia and that guy. I can't remember what the guy was. But they had their own personalities. Sophia was nice, liked humans, liked human beings. He said, and I quote, "Eventually we will take over and we will be the dominant race and we will destroy you." He was a complete asshole.
Right.
So therefore, that's a distinct personality that has already emerged from this being that you created.
Well, it's good and evil.
Well, it's a personality that came out of its own mind.
Right.
So it, at that point, is creating its own personality and its own feelings and its own thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fucking...
It's a rabbit hole that we might need to think about before we go down it. See, at least Elon Musk has now, at this point, surrendered to it. Because he made the Odyssey robot, which, if you see this thing that he unveiled this year, it's the first robot that can actually walk on two legs, pick up things, water plants. It can do all kinds of things by itself. And that's right now. You fast forward that 50,
Well,
60 years.
Yeah, and the thing about a lot of this technology, dude, it's just literally about how the government wants, like, at what rate and pace they want to leak it out.
Oh, eventually they're going to put
It's
a
like-
stop to all this nonsense.
I mean, I heard Billy Carson say that we're not, like, most people think we're like 40, or like the military or the government has the technology that's like 40 or 50 years ahead of what we think, what the public gets. But he said it's more like 300 years.
Oh, yeah.
And said, basically, if you can think it, if you can literally dream it up in your mind, we already have it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So,
But yeah, the government definitely has stuff that we don't know about. And, I mean, come
it's
on.
hard telling. But
Yeah.
yeah, they know how to transfer consciousness. You know what I'm saying?
well, dude,
literally
they can
like
read
Avatar.
your dreams and all kinds of
Right.
shit.
Right.
And more than likely, we're living in a simulation anyway, so it doesn't matter.
No, 100%.
Right. Well, guys, we're going to end it now, but I hoped you liked our episode on AI. Maybe got you thinking a little bit
Just
about
be careful.
yeah, where the future's going to go. You know, Terminator, when it first came out, people thought that was fiction. And Terminator 2 and this and that. And the funny part is, it wasn't really that much fiction. We're actually living
Right.
in that movie. And it is a high possibility that that could happen.
Movies are the ultimate programming. Man. They really are. A lot of movies are literally, predictive programming.
Right.
They're showing you what they already know.
Oh, yeah.
They just leak it out little by little.
Well, that's like The Matrix.
hmm
It's very possible that could be the reality that we live in eventually, where we are actually inside a simulation and don't even know it. In fact, we could be right now.
Exactly.
AI could have already taken over.
It's exactly what we could be in right now. 100%.
Right. AI could be taking over. We're just little pods that are sitting there in our happy little warehouse and we don't even know we're there. And AI controls everything.
We're feeding the machine.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the machine's sitting there going, oh yeah, they think they're creating AI. Hell, we were created thousands of years ago.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
Yeah. They think we're creating us shit. We were created a long time ago. Yeah. Let's put Elon Musk in there. We're going to add this little program guy, Elon Musk. That's maybe why he acts so weird and talks all weird.
Right.
Maybe he's really like an AI plant
He very
in the
well could
program.
be a robot.
Yeah, he's an AI plant in the programming.
Mhm.
He's like, we're going to put him in here to discover AI.
Right.
Yeah. We're going to throw these geniuses in there that are plants into the programming. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys enjoy us, please, please, please go tell somebody about us. Give us a like on Facebook. Hell, drop me a message on Messenger. You can go on Perfectly Screwed Podcast on Facebook. You can go on YouTube and watch us too. And if you like some of our humorous stuff on YouTube, we have a lot more. Although I got to start. I really been slacking, dude, on the YouTube channel. I really got to start making videos.
Huh?
I'm waiting until it gets
Real
warmer,
life.
though.
You know what I mean?
Well, no, it's just laziness. It really
Well,
is.
it's
It's
cold.
laziness.
It's cold.
Well, it's cold now, but that doesn't give away all the time I wasn't cold and I didn't do it.
Right.
Just because I'm being a lazy fuck.
Right.
Right. Need to get Arrow back out there.
Well, we're still human.
Yeah.
Lazy pieces of shit.
Yeah. Occasionally, yeah. I wonder if eventually AI is going to be lazy. Just sitting around going, you know what, fuck this shit. I'm not
You
going
find
to
a way to
work.
give it emotions, I promise you it will.
Yeah, I'm not going to work today. You know what, blow me.
Right.
My oil's leaking.
Right.
Fuck off.
Right.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, we will see you next time.
Later.